distinguished guests of the 35th Asian Racing Conference, ladies and gentlemen, we feel humbled and honored to have been invited to present to such an august forum here. And I would like to take the opportunity to thank the Hong Kong Jockey Club and the Asian Racing Federation for the invitation. The case we're going to present is a typical, boring German technology investment case. It's all about 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration, with, dare I say, a little bit of ingenuity and a lot of hard work, persistence, and meticulous sense for detail. What it all aims at, however, is to produce something exciting and entertaining. Admittedly, not a traditional German forte. And the aim of it all at the end of the day, what we want to achieve is putting you in the position to connect to your customer. And I think that ties in very nicely with your motto. We termed the presentation The Power of First View, the force of displayed emotions. And let me just run you very quickly through our little agenda here. We're going to show you real communications at a glance very quickly to show you some references, and then sports events and entertainment projects where we have actually enhanced the raw material that you have in a dynamic sports event. And then we're going to go through some of the commercial logic and how the value generation is being achieved. And we'll finish with case studies and the economics, or some economics, or only a snippet really of the economics of advanced production.
Riedel Communications at a glance. The company was founded in 1987 by Thomas Riedel, and the company is still privately owned. Riedel has quite a unique business model due to the fact that we are a manufacturer of equipment which is mainly used in the broadcast industry and in the world of events. And on the other hand, we are also our hardest customer because we are also a big rental house in using all of our solutions in many world-class events, from a small size to really big ones, and to provide these solutions to TV production companies and event organizers. The portfolio consists of intercom solutions. Riedel has been here a pioneer to establish those solutions in a fully digital way as a first company on Earth. And we also provide media networks, real-time networks, to distribute and process all kinds of signals which are necessary to be managed in an event or in a TV production. Furthermore, we are a developer of very special motorsport solutions, mainly used in Formula One at various racetracks over the world or at racing teams. The rental solutions is a wide portfolio to equip our customers with communications networks for their events, for their productions, to build a complete infrastructure for all kinds of signals which needs to be transported and distributed.
When we look at some of the milestones, very few actually, a cornerstone of Riedel business is Formula One. And we've chosen also some examples from Formula One today, which you're going to see in a second, because it's an excellent proving ground for cutting-edge technology, because this is what it's all about. And if somebody of you has been to Formula One race, you will know that looking at the race without the enhancing technology is really boring. We're going to show you a little film later on which is going to prove that. In 1993, we first equipped the Grand Prix with our communication solutions. Today, FIA, FOM, all F1 teams, and also smaller series like DTM and WCR Rally, IndyCar teams use a wide host of the solutions that we provide.
Olympic Games have been always important projects for us since we got awarded the first time in 1994 for a supplier contract for the Lillehammer Olympics. Here we are mainly focused on applications like venue intercom, Tetra networks to connect all the people from the organizer, or also the opening and closing ceremonies. Very similar applications we do provide for FIFA World Cups, UEFA Euros, Asian Games, or other events of this size. Another very remarkable event where we were invited to supply equipment for was the Stratosphere Jump by Felix Baumgartner in 2012. Here, Riedel delivered the solutions to downlink all the audio and video signals from the jumper and the capsule down to Earth, and we were also responsible for the complete signal infrastructure on the ground.
Create is actually also one of the catchwords for this conference, and our vision is to create brand new perspectives by engineering cutting-edge technology. And I think it's pretty well depicted in the picture in the background, where you can see a typical first-person view perspective enhanced with the graphics, and many things are thinkable there, also biometric data, if that is allowable.
So in a short movie, we would like to introduce to you an extract of sports where we have already provided first view or point of view applications for. And you will certainly see that this can really make the difference in transporting the fascination of the sport.
There's no room for failure. 1,300 metres and plunging back towards edges of his 4 minutes hitting the maximum speed on October 14th. Felix Baumgartner landed safe his parachute in the desert of New Mexico.
So that's a sort of a first opener for this. Let's have a quick look at the commercial logic of the live events. It's basically, first of all, in a very, very competitive environment, like Joe put forward earlier on. And the first thing, therefore, is that you need to attract the crowds. You need to attract the audiences, both in front of the screen, but also get them to the stadium. The next step is stirring the emotion. And stirring the emotion is absolutely instrumental in then opening their wallets and coming to the transaction. And this is actually the logic that we follow when we apply the technology to the raw material, so to the event itself. When we look at value generation through cutting-edge technology, I'd like to compare it to preparing a delicious dish. Now, I think every cook would agree that about 2/3 of a delicious dish is in fresh, good ingredients. And in my mind, there is no doubt that galloping has all the ingredients that a dynamic sport needs to become a world-class sport, also in terms of media and attracting people. So the next step is that you need to add the spices, you need to add the flavors, and you need to add the sauces. And that is actually the application of cutting-edge technology. That is what we do to enhance the viewing experience, or, in the case of the dish, the tasting experience that the viewer, the audience, or the eater, in that case, is going to experience. Using this, you will extend the attention span of the viewer, and you will actually get to a level where they will stay with you. Because what you want is, in a competing world, that they stay with you, that the attention span gets longer, and that they are emotionally involved in what they're seeing. So it all boils down to being fully immersed as the audience and not just watching and getting bored. And this is, I think, what the production is about.
Let's have a look at the evolution of the production technology here. It all started with the increasement of the number of camera positions, and more graphics got involved that the customer, the viewer on the screen, could follow the race or the event much closer. Post-production, to use the content as often as possible, became also more and more important to get the most use out of the production material. And in today's world, we are talking mainly about second screen applications, which is content to be provided on websites with many information, with podcasts, etc., and first view applications which give live in a perspective from the contester to the viewer.
Okay, so if you look at the technicalities of this, it's all about bridging the distance between the action and the audience. And that distance can be quite significant, as you're seeing here on the screen. And if something is 5 kilometers away, or extends over 5 kilometers, it's not trivial to actually give you the impression that you were in the driving seat, or that you were actually where the athlete is. We use the latest in RF technology to do that on a real-time basis, so live. And I think that's what it's all about. It's a fascination about live pictures. What we don't want, obviously, is the chap that you see here on the left-hand side, because he is bored, and it's very likely that he is going to zap to another channel pretty quickly. Applying second screen applications and multi-channel TV and live streams on the internet is then achieving, in our opinion, very often the result that you can see on the right-hand side, where the public is fully immersed, not just watching. And some data to go with it. More than 50% of the people in the UK are already using secondary devices to browse and to watch and to do things while they're watching TV. What it can be like, we would like to show you in another little movie.
Rain and low tide. Points in the World Driving Championship are awarded here. The hilly, tree-lined curves of this famous track give these Formula 1 and 2 machines a grueling workout. At 15 miles...
How are you going to stop him? And who's going to catch him? He's like an unstoppable force. He can't be human. He is human. He can't be. It's not all over yet. Believe me. Like, I'm a mess.
Australia. Was he alone? That's right. Hamilton's in the wall. Oh, did it come together? Come together. What was going on there? Oh, wow.
You've done it in style. Fantastic. You're a 4-time world champion.
Unbelievable, guys. We did it. Yes.
I think you will appreciate that it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out that from the early stages of broadcasting to what we've seen now, it's become a much more gripping and enhanced experience.
Another groundbreaking TV production is the Red Bull Air Race. Started in 2005, the Air Race was hosted by many exciting cities and locations and has brought a lot of new technical aspects in TV productions and in event organization and in event attractions. To get a better understanding what the Red Bull Air Race is all about, we have another movie for you.
To millions of spectators, the Red Bull Air Race is a fantastic live event unfolding before their eyes. Behind the scenes, however, the communications making this possible rival any major event worldwide. The Riedel operations team controls countless simultaneous signals, enabling the event to run smoothly. Digital communication is the backbone of such a high-tech sport. Video images, fiber networks, wireless internet and radio links are handled by the Riedel team. 45 radio bands allow precise communication between more than 300 people. A special intercom system connects all the key areas of the event. Regardless of distance, a high bandwidth radio link cuts through the atmosphere, linking mission control to the race airport.
Cleared, into the box, smoke off.
Clear communication to the pilots is absolutely essential.
Number 3 Mike, 1 minute 12.85 seconds. Number 1 Kirby, 1 minute 15.03 seconds. And Mike is the winner of the air race in Budapest.
Good job, Mike.
Thanks, Kirby. Nice job coming in south.
Another vital aspect of the event is for the audience to witness the pilots in action both outside and inside the plane. Every race plane carries candid cameras to capture the most extreme reactions of the pilots and their antics. All of this airborne communication, including the fantastic pictures from the race helicopter, is transmitted via radio frequency to ground control. The Riedel team, working closely with the TV production team, ensure the pictures are beamed worldwide. The huge numbers of spectators are kept informed by live pictures on video walls. These too are fed by radio link, courtesy of Riedel engineers. Without accurate and precise communication, an event such as the Red Bull Air Race could not function.
So let's have a look at the technical setup to make it work, to bring the signals from the pilot cockpit or from the airplane down to earth and on screen. And on the left-hand side, you can't see that. On the left-hand side, what you see here is what is built in the plane, and this is on the ground. And on the plane, we are working with 2 little cameras of this size. These cameras are as big as a 1-cent euro coin and can be mounted in very many different positions. This is actually a key device to get more fascination to the viewers. It's not more than this. There's 2 camera positions, as mentioned. One is in the cockpit. The other one is at the tail unit of the airplane. And both signals are brought into a box which is mounted behind the seat of the pilot. From there, the signals go to very small antennas which are mounted on the wings of the airplane, and the signals are sent down to earth, received by an antenna array wherever the aircraft is, and then they're brought to a receiver and a decoder to be transported to the compound for the TV production. I don't want to bore you with more technical details of the camera. It's a fully HD product with various HD formats. And if you're interested in getting more information, please feel free to get in touch with us. We will provide you with all of that.
Okay, thank you very much.
As you can certainly imagine, the mounting has been always a challenge. Since that the athletes don't want to be disturbed or don't want to feel any effect of the camera and the transmitter for their performance. That's why it is a very sensitive topic. In sports where a helmet is involved, we usually mount the camera at the goggle belt, and you can't feel it at all. So it's really nothing which can disturb you. The transmitter is in the back of the helmet, also very lightweight. In real, it looks like this, 50 gram.
Hold it up, hold it up.
And so, yeah, this is one of the solutions how we can mount this camera. And as I said, if a helmet is involved, this is the most common way.
Right, so we're running out on time here. So we've been trialing with Hong Kong Jockey Club at their Happy Valley race ground. And what you can see here is actually a schematic drawing of how we set up the two RX zones. But you can also see how we mounted the camera and the transmitter onto a helmet and how the jockey is actually wearing it and riding. And well, as I said, we're trialing, so I think it's very, very interesting. And it's also other real equipment involved, but I don't want to get into this. Well, looking at some of the economics of first due with RECAM, we have gathered some information on the Stratosphere Jump. So if you look at the complete investment and the return on investment that you get from it, the cost of the project was approximately $50 million US, but the coverage value, so the time people got on air to see it, would have actually cost Red Bull $500 million to achieve the same result. And there were more than 8 million concurrent live streams on the internet. The previous record was 500,000 for the Olympics in London in 2010. And I think I'm not suggesting that you need that kind of money and that kind of investment at any racetrack or at any event to achieve a compelling result. But I think what is compelling here is the ratio between the investment on one side and the return that you get on the other side. So it's absolutely your money's worth, and you can scale it down to your requirements on the individual race courses that you have.
Give
Felix, can you hear me?
I'm going over.
After flying to an altitude of 39,045 metres in a helium-filled balloon, Felix Baumgartner completed a record-breaking jump for the ages from the edge of space, a mission that transcended human limits.
Jumper away.
But how was this spectacular live broadcast event realised? Red Bull's vision about broadcasting the Stratos project was clear. It should be a full-scale multi-camera TV production live from the edge of space. Riedel Communications, both a rental supplier and a manufacturing company with creative thinking and high-end R&D resources, was Red Bull's ideal partner for this mission. With severe restrictions in weight and power consumption and the challenge of mastering the wireless connection between Earth and the stratosphere, Riedel's engineers started to develop a special remote control system for controlling the 12 cameras, still cameras, recorders and switchers securely from ground control. Riedel also furnished a specially developed RF downlink solution with GPS-tracked antennas at 2 reception sites. Once on the ground, the signals were transported via Riedel's MediaNet fibre network infrastructure, which connected all areas of the production compound. For enabling reliable communications between Felix Baumgartner and all team members at Mission Control, Riedel provided a solution based on its Artist Intercom platform with fully integrated digital radio systems.
And confirm a pressure suit inflation. Let me know when it inflates.
I'm pumping the calibration now to 40,000 feet.
To achieve maximum reliability, all Riedel solutions provided complete redundancy. Because in this mission-critical application, one thing was sure: there's no room for failure.
Start the cameras, and our guardian angel will take care of you. Jumper away.
And so, on October 14th, Felix Baumgartner landed safely with his parachute in the desert of New Mexico after jumping out of his space capsule at 39,045 metres and plunging back towards Earth, hitting a maximum speed of 1,342.8 kilometres per hour before being slowed by the atmosphere during the latter stages of his 4 minutes 20 seconds long freefall. Countless millions of people around the world watched his ascent and jump live on television broadcasts and live streams on the internet, not least with the help of the world record technology from Riedel Communications.
Right, so this brings us to the conclusion of our presentation. In concluding, I hope that we prove that cutting-edge technology can actually really enhance and be a value driver for dynamic live sports. And I also hope we proved a little bit that Germans can actually provide entertaining and exciting results. Thank you very much for your attention. It's been a privilege.